Are you constantly eating, constantly picking at food, and when you're not eating you're thinking about food? Well, could you be using food then as a way to numb your emotions? And if so, why that is stopping you from losing weight? Hi, I'm Vanessa McLennan, and I talk about all things weight loss, the emotional side of eating, eating habits. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and what I help you to do is to lose weight by getting to the root cause of your issues so that you can then step away from the diet cycle and lose the weight for good. A lady called Sarah came to see me, and her issue was that she was constantly eating. You know, she would pick at food all the time at work because people would bring in cakes and biscuits, you know, sweets, and she'd eat them. Then she'd always make sure she had snacks for on her way home in the car, just in case she ever got hungry. She would all the time be picking, you know, in the evening. She'd have her dinner, she would overeat her dinner, but then she wasn't hungry and she would sit down in front of the TV, and she said she just found herself picking all the time. And at weekends it was the same, just constantly picking, always having food on the go. And when I asked her, you know, how often do you actually feel hungry? She was like, I never feel hungry. But yeah, I just eat constantly and I never feel hungry. Now she said it got to a stage where she really, really needed to lose weight. But she said when she tried to stop, she couldn't. She just found it so difficult. And then that was her issue. She, you know, couldn't stop, then would like get into that whole diet cycle thing, stop, then deprive herself. And then of course she'd want to eat a lot more because she felt deprived. And so she was like, I just really need to lose weight now. She also said, you know, it was affecting her self-esteem. She didn't feel good about herself anymore. She couldn't fit into her old clothes. She didn't like the look of herself anymore. And she just stopped going, slowly she said, she stopped going out and seeing friends. And she just found this such a shame that her world was becoming narrower and narrower, and it was all down to her weight. And so she was like, if I just actually lose this weight, stop eating for once, then actually I might be able to live again and enjoy life again. So by eating all the time and then never feeling hungry, what we're doing is we are shutting ourselves off. We're shutting also our emotions off. We're stopping our ability to actually feel and live in the present. And then being able to live in the present helps us to manage, you know, just our day-to-day stresses and also then to enjoy life a lot more. So by working together, what we started to do was just start to eat mindfully. So her mindful journey started on number one with a food diary. So this isn't just a food diary about, you know, oh, how many calories I ate, what food I ate, but it was more about, okay, what triggered her to eat, you know. So in other words, was it in the car, got in the car, start the engine, and then immediately, oh, go to my bag for something to eat. What did she eat? But it's also then about what she was feeling, you know, before she ate and feeling after she ate. So we're looking for what the food, you know, satisfied within her, you know, what feeling it squashed down, what feeling it stopped from coming up as well. The second thing we did was cut back on her food, but it's too much all, you know, to cut back everything all at once, because she had all of these, you know, picking habits all throughout the day and the weekend. So she picked a time to start, you know, at the weekends, when in the afternoon she said that's the time that she would sit down and just, you know, binge and watch Netflix all the way through to the evening. So it was like, let's pick that time. So we just started on the Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So doing it all at once, you know, can be a lot when we are going to start uncovering our feelings the moment we stop eating, because the moment we stop eating, our brain then is not focused on the food, it's focused on ourselves, and we have to sit with ourselves and be with ourselves. So then it was just interesting for her as to what did come up, the emotions that did come up, you know, were starting to feel angry, frustrated, and just not feeling loved. But then because we were doing it so gradually over, you know, a period of time, we were able to help her manage those emotions and feel those emotions one by one. The third step was being a lot more mindful. So because she then started to be able to, you know, handle her emotions just a lot easier, so in other words, they just didn't bother her so much anymore, she was able to become a lot more, you know, present, a lot more sort of like mindful, about what it was that she was eating. So she stopped gradually reaching out for all the foods, because she was then present in herself, so able to go, I don't want to eat that, why am I eating that? So in other words, it's like doing it unconsciously to then doing it very consciously. So hence it made her also feel a lot better, because when she did want something, you know, like a cake or something like we all do, it was done with her choice, and that actually quite empowering. The fourth step, we used tapping to help manage those emotions. So tapping is, you know, EFT, when you're tapping on certain acupressure points to help you manage those emotions. So I taught her like the tapping to do that, and when an emotion did come up, when obviously she's not with me, then she could tap and then also say the words, I know I'm feeling, angry, I know I'm feeling angry, it's okay, I love and accept myself. And that just helped her, again, just become mindful about the emotion, and also helped her to like sort of process that emotion, to realise, oh, what's it about? Why am I feeling angry? Actually, okay, I can let that go, or actually, okay, I recognise it's something bigger. But again, it was being able to handle it so much more. And when she was finding, again, being able to handle those emotions better, she stopped reaching out for food to cover up those emotions. The fifth thing she did was just brought in really lots of like love and happy practices. She started to look into the mirror every single day and just say something like, you're okay, actually I'm all right today. She started to, Saturday afternoons, go out for a walk instead of being sat in front of the TV. So this again all had a positive effect on her, where life was then becoming better. And then over time she slowly found her world was then getting bigger, because she could handle her emotions better, so she no longer went to food for covering them up. She was able to enjoy time with friends, and then she was able to get back into her own clothes, and so hence life just got better and better. So I wonder if you resonate with any of that story, if you recognise yourself in there, and if you do, comment below, let me know, and let me know perhaps what tips you want to try. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe, and I release a video every single Thursday, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.